Hello everybody, good evening to you all. Welcome and welcome back. Thank you guys for being here this evening. I really do appreciate it. I hope everybody is doing well. We are going to wrap up pretty much everything left to do in Elwynn Forest this evening. That is the plan. Oh, you little herb thief, you. Trumpy, I'm on to you. I know you're a ninja. I'm on to you. Okay, first thing is first. We have to go train the next rank of Herbalism. Speaking of herbs, we're currently capped out. So let's head north here. We'll train Herbalism. After that, we'll go turn in Princess. Then we're going to do this stuff out at the garrison. The hope here is that while we do this stuff out at the garrison, we get the gold schedule. And the gold schedule will take us back out to the logging camp. And after that, we'll basically be done with the zone. So yeah, that is the plan. We will see how it goes. Lisa, Towan, Jared, good evening to you guys. It's still always a shock to me when I sign into the EU servers and it's nighttime. After years of never really playing when the servers were like in the nighttime, it's always weird. Everything looks so strange. Everything is so dark.
Hey there. Have a good one.
Headphone Cat, good evening, buddy. Welcome to the stream. Guitar Junkie, welcome back. Thanks for being here. Aren't I from North America? What is the reason for my going on the EU? Here you go. That is all my reasons for playing on the EU. And I do have reasons. Very good ones, from my point of view. It's like a 2-minute video of me talking about why I'm playing on the EU. After having to answer that question about 200 times, I decided to record it one time and post it as a little clip. Because I think people that were here for it were getting sick of listening to me explain it on stream again and again and again. No problem. No, it's just that like I said, I explained it so many times that I think people got sick of hearing it who were like here every day. So I tried to do the smart thing and I tried to record like a little clip so that when people asked, I can just point them to the clip. I'm very happy that I went Alliance also. We almost went Horde side. But ultimately, I just enjoy Alliance side a lot better. I enjoy the zones better, I enjoy the music, I enjoy the flow of the questing. Like, I like the Barrens, but the Barrens is really like the only Horde exclusive zone that I really, really love. And I didn't want to play on the Horde side for an entire year, like just waiting for Blood Elves to come out. It felt like that was going to set a very bad tone for like my playthrough. I just want to be doing something that I enjoy like right from the word go. And these days, what I enjoy is Alliance side.
What can I do for you? See you around.
Ooh, look at this. How can I resist all of the free skins? I'm gonna skin here for a second. We won't stay here for too long. We also have competition for the skins. Right now, skins are money. One of our only sources of money. We put a couple of weapons up on the auction house earlier today. They haven't sold, so I don't know if the auction house is going to be a consistent source of money for us or not. It doesn't seem like it will be. I put them up for reasonable prices. It was a couple decent two-hand swords and then a fire wand, and I put them up for like 7 silver, which I thought was pretty reasonable. Amy, good evening to you. Welcome. Skins are selling for vendor prices in the US servers. I haven't tried to put any skins up yet. I think that at least light leather, I'm going to keep vendoring it. And then when I get into medium leather, then I'll be more interested in what the auction house price might be. Because plenty of people are going to get way ahead of me in level. So by the time I start getting medium leather, maybe people will need it. And maybe they'll be willing to pay more than vendor price for it. The same thing seems true of the swords. Like, if I had put the swords up for vendor price, I'm sure they would have sold. But I have to make a little bit of profit to, like, take myself and my inventory to the auction house, put them up for sale. I can't put stuff on the auction house for vendor price. I know it doesn't help the economy when I vendor stuff, but my inventory space is very valuable because my inventory space is incredibly limited. So yeah, I think I'm gonna keep vendoring stuff. I'll keep trying to sell the greens. I'll try to sell greens one time, and if I put them up one time and they don't sell, I'm gonna vendor them. Alternately, I could put them in my bank, but I don't think I'm gonna save anything in the bank unless it's like a blue item. Any blue items I get are going to go in the bank. I'm not going to bother trying to sell a blue item on a young server. So unless it's something we can equip, any blue items will go into our bank for the future. The future in which we either sell them at a much higher price than they would go for now, or we use them on alts. How much silver do I have? Not a lot. I got 38 silver. We had to buy a couple of one-hand swords off the auction house, which we got for 6 or 7 silver each.
Light bless you.
Which I thought was an okay price.
Be careful.
Speaking of inventory, I need to sell some stuff.
Greetings. For the Alliance.
How has playing today been compared to yesterday? Has it been enjoyable? Yeah, today's been great. But to be fair, yesterday was fun too. We had a first hour where the game was like pretty laggy. I wouldn't say unplayable because we played through it, but I enjoyed yesterday. Today has been smoother. Although earlier, when it was like prime time, like 9 o'clock server time, we still had to find a pile of bodies and we had to camp it for respawns. There were still so many people that we were still competing for tags. So it's been really, really busy still. But yeah, the first hour yesterday was a cluster F, but that's always the case with a new launch. And it's kind of part of the fun of a launch night, is you get to see the server bend until it almost breaks. It didn't break. It bent very severely. But it was fun. We grouped up and we were able to complete quests. Like, this is still pretty busy right now. Like, I should probably be in a group for this one. I'm gonna try to solo it for a little bit, and then if we can't find tags, then oh, here we go. Let's just, if they want to invite me, I'm just gonna join the group. Normally a collection quest I would do by myself, but we're still in competing for tags mode. Let's go grab this herb. Dan, good evening, man. Welcome to the stream. Welcome back. I probably need to move myself to be a little bit closer to the group, otherwise we're not going to get any loot. So yeah, let's move down here a bit, try to find our group mates. I see somebody here. Okay, yeah, this is good. We're going to eat a little bit of buff food. And yeah, Hogger, so yeah, we need Hogger. If nothing else, this group should get us Hogger. Will hardcore be taking a back seat to classic fresh? Yeah, I'm not going to play hardcore right now. Yeah, my energy is going to be devoted on the progression server. That was a really easy choice. Like, hardcore's fun, don't get me wrong. But I kind of want to build out a nice cozy home for myself here on the Fresh Start servers, and I'm more interested in the eventual progression than I am in hardcore. Like, spoiler alert, in hardcore, I'm eventually going to get killed. You know? Like, it's a lot of fun, I really enjoy the playstyle of hardcore, but I'm definitely going to be focusing right here. Here we go, we got him. Nice. Blue Canary, good evening to you. Welcome to the stream. Welcome back. Alright, apparently the group was just to get Hogger, so that was not a kill group doing the quest. They were clearly only interested in Hogger. Which leaves us to develop a strategy that's going to allow us to pull anybody and tag anybody, because so far we've gotten like 0 tags. We should probably like camp a body, like camp a pile and just chill. Like, this seems like a good spot right here. While we're at it, we can use their cook fire. You're liking the new LFG tool? Yeah, it's really nice that they added this. I haven't been able to use it yet because we're not really at a level to do any dungeons, but yeah. I'm really happy that it's here. I'm gonna hopefully get a lot of use out of it. Alright, we picked a bad pile. Obviously, as soon as I walk away, they all respawn. Justin, good evening. Happy Friday to you as well. We do have a talent point. Let's put it into lightning reflexes. James, thank you so much for the membership, man. I really appreciate that. Thanks for being here and for hanging out with us. Amy, you guys are going out? Oh my gosh, like a Friday night outing? Right on. Have fun, let me know how it goes. Oh, look at that. That pro thunderclap. He grabbed all of them right away. Yeah, we don't have any way to, like, tag multiple enemies at the same time. I think a couple of these guys must be in a group, which would probably make this a little bit easier. But since it's a collection quest, it's like being in a group is kind of a double-edged sword. You can tag more enemies, but you have to share the loot. So yeah, maybe we can find like an out-of-the-way corner that isn't fully saturated. Like back here looks okay. It's going to be really hard to farm for the gold schedule, so we have to kind of hope that the gold schedule drops really early and like on its own. We've had it where we've killed like 100 of these guys and we still haven't gotten the gold schedule. And then we've had it where we kill Hogger and it drops off a Hogger. And we get it like right away. This time it did not drop off a Hogger. Tim, good evening, man. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. Are the new servers calmed down? No. No. As you can see, we're still struggling to... oh god, not Hogger. As you can see, we're still struggling to get tags. Like, they have definitely not calmed down. Not during prime time. I'm sure they have, like, slower times of the day than this. But this is kind of prime time. It's pretty late in the EU, isn't it? It's 12:47 server time. But then again, it's a Friday night. So... this is, like, my first experience playing on a server where I'm playing during prime time. Like, obviously playing on US realms, I never play during prime time. It would be very rare for me to. So this has been a really different experience. Yeah, I think it's going to be busy for a while. Like, it's not unplayable, it's actually really fun, but you have to, like, not mind the slower progress. your progress is just not going to be as quick. And it kind of makes it worth it to focus on things like professions, take some time to level up your cooking and fishing, stuff like that. Tim, thank you for the super chat. It's very kind of you. I appreciate that. Thank you. This has been a nice little spot. This guy's been hyper spawning for us. The Questie add-on has made playing the game more enjoyable. That's good. You know, it really can. Especially when it comes to, like, figuring out where to quest. And, like, where quests are at. And what levels they are. Like, I'm glad it can help. For the longest time, I never used it. It was in Season of Mastery. In Season of Mastery, I started to struggle to try to find, like, where were quests? Where were some quests I could actually do? Finally, I was convinced to install Questie. And for me, that's like one of the best features, is just being able to open the map and see like where the quests are at. Especially when you're in like a questing drought. How is my ping playing on the EU? It's non-existent. Yeah, it's 139 right now. That's as high as I've seen it. It's typically like 115, 113. You can play with an MS of like 500 or 600 before you start to notice anything. Especially in Classic. Keep in mind that when Classic first came out, when like Vanilla came out back in 2004, if you had a 300 ping, that was really good. Because internet was not great. Like, if I had like 200 or 300 MS back in 2004, that was considered pretty freaking great. So yeah, it's 139 right now, which is basically nothing. Remember, we're measuring milliseconds, so... Yeah, mine's 115 to 118 most of the time. 138 is as high as I've seen it. But obviously, like, until you get into like 600, until you approach 1000, you're not gonna notice anything. James, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. That's incredibly generous of you, my man. Nothing beats playing Rogue on Fresh while watching me play Rogue on Fresh. Rogue is really fun. I'm really happy that I went with the Rogue. I love a warrior, but the Rogue is kind of like newer to me, and I'm having a ton of fun on it. It's very nice. We were so close, but the warrior beat us to it. Alright, let's see. How about over here? There we go. Hey, we got one. We got one. What about this one? Can we get this one too? I think I got that one too. There we go. That's a little bit of progress. This guy is like running away with my mob. Come back! Esme, good evening. Welcome back. Reason92, thank you for joining us this evening. I appreciate it. And Tactical, I don't like Sneaky Rogue, but I could be sneaking around picking pockets. Yeah, you know me. I'm not much for stealth. And like I'm so focused on just trying to get like any tags that I can. Could I pickpocket stuff that's in combat with somebody else? Is that what I could do? Like while other people are fighting mobs, am I able to pickpocket them, or do the mobs have to be out of combat? Because that would be interesting, just to like stealth around and pickpocket everybody else's mobs. Or maybe maybe tagging the mob tags it so I can't pickpocket it. I'm gonna try to pickpocket somebody else's mob, like for proof of concept. You can pickpocket other people's mobs. That's not bad. Okay. Well, that kind of tickles me a little bit. I kind of thought like maybe it would be tapped. But to be fair, like moving around in stealth is really slow. Like painfully slow almost. Extra coin. It's an interesting idea. I like the idea. I don't think I'm gonna do a bunch of it, but it's an interesting idea. I like that it's possible. The good thing is we completed the quest. The bad thing is we didn't get the gold schedule. I'm gonna stay out here and try to farm a little bit more. I would really like the gold schedule. I kind of hope somebody else pulls some of these guys off of me. That'd be really cool. Let's tag a couple of them at least. Like I'm fine tagging 2 of them. Let's go ahead and pop evasion. We can gouge that one to stun it for a minute. And we got potions now too. We have 6 little potions. I feel like I don't have loot showing over here. Item loot. Oh my god. Guys, I haven't had loot showing. In my immersion mode window, so you guys can see what's going on, I haven't had loot. And that's a bummer. It's fixed now. I'm really not sure how I got aggro on these guys. Did you guys see that at all? Like, the one guy already had a little bit of damage on him. I threw the knife at him and I got aggro. The other guy had a little bit more damage already on him, and I was still able to go in and tag that guy too. But before anything happened, they both had some damage out of their health bar. Like, that guy had hit them at least a number of times, but I was still somehow able to tag both of them. Has aggro and, like, tagging been weird for anybody else? Because I feel like that's happened a couple of times, where, like, realistically, I shouldn't have had the tag, but somehow I got the tag. I mean, I guess I shouldn't complain too much, but it's really weird. Aggro's really messed up. Yeah, that was more than the aggro. That's the weird thing. Is like that was actually a problem with like who got tagged, who got associated with the target. Like that guy had seemingly hit them and seemingly started to do some damage, and then I still was able to tag him. It's so strange. Aggro was always weird. I don't ever remember it being that weird. But then again, I guess there aren't as many times that we play the game when there are this many people playing together. So maybe, yeah, like maybe it's always been like that. But since you're not always playing with so many people, you just don't run into the situations in which it is weird. Maybe that's what's happening. You've had mobs randomly run back and reset, but their health stays the same. Yeah, I noticed that too. Coming off of other players, like I would see mobs like reset off a player. They'd head back to their spawn point or their leash point, but their health would not go back up. And then they would aggro me because I was nearby. So, and then they would start at the half health or wherever they were at. And I thought that was pretty strange too. My current gear, oh, it's all garbage. Yeah, well, the only cool things we have, I bought a couple of swords. So that's like the only good equipment we have. Everything else is still white. Because we don't have any money. And then for talents, we're going into combat. Like for instance, this guy right here, okay? This guy's a good example. He had been chasing another player. The other player reached the end of his leash, at which point this guy reset. Now, the typical behavior if you try to attack a mob that's resetting is that they will evade. That's typically what happens if you attack a mob that is leashing off another player. Typically, they're evaded until they reset. This guy did not start regenning HP, he wasn't running away very fast, and he didn't evade bug when I attacked him. That's very different than how mobs typically act. Maybe we're killing the mobs at a rate that they don't even know what to do. All of their behaviors are broken because we're murdering them so quickly. Inventory's full. That's completely unacceptable, actually. All right, we're gonna head back up to the keep, and we're gonna vendor. I want to farm for the gold schedule a little bit more. At this point, do I believe it's going to drop? Not really. But I want to stay here for a bit more. And try to get it. Is pickpocket worth using on a rogue? Some people will live and die by it. Oh, this is not looking good. Oh god, don't aggro me. Oh god. Oh Jesus. Let's get out of here. It's just Hogger, but yeah. Yeah, some people say you should pickpocket everything, you know? Like, some people get on my case for not pickpocketing at all. There's a couple of really good items on the pickpocket loot table, but the odds of getting those items is admittedly, like, basically non-existent. But you could say that if you're going in with stealth anyway, it's worth it for the extra copper. But if you're like me and you're not really opening from stealth, then to me, it's not really worth it. When we get cheap shot and I start stealthing a little bit more, then we'll pickpocket a little bit more. But for now, I don't bother really like going out of my way for it. Esme, you got the gold schedule. You're lucky.
Greetings.
I kind of worry that we're not going to get it this time around.
Be careful.
We've gotten lucky on a few characters we've taken through here, and we've got it pretty quickly. And I just feel like
For the Alliance.
our time has come to not get the item.
Light be with you.
I want to keep that. Now, this should sell on the auction house. This is a training sword of the bear. 2 stamina, 1 strength. I should be able to get like 8 or 9 silver out of this Ideally. If I can't get 8 or 9 silver out of it, I'm gonna put it in the bank until I can. One day people will have money. One day people will have alts. So like any of the bear stuff, I'm gonna hang on to even if it doesn't sell right away. I love that the Stormwind music is playing in here and it's like absolutely deafening. That's good. All right, we're gonna farm here until our inventory is full or until we get the gold schedule. If we fill up our inventory one more time, then I will probably move on. And I think either way we have to head back out to the east because we have a kill quest out here for Murlocs. Does the gold schedule give a good item? Not really. It's just another quest to do that takes us back out to the logging camp. So like I gotta go back out here anyway, and if I have the gold schedule, I can do another quest. So it's like, it's XP basically. I don't think the rewards are particularly good. But it's another thing to do in the direction that I already have to go. This is the PvE server. Yeah, as someone who streams, I can't play on PvP. I tried to play on Whitemane for a while. I learned my lesson. What is the best random enchant to get? I have no idea. I don't know a lot about classic era enchanting. Enchanting is something that I've never leveled up. I'm often too broke to be able to afford enchants on my own gear unless somebody is kind enough to enchant that item for me and give it to me. So I really don't know. We may have caused a little bit of shenanigans. Just a little bit of shenanigans. We might be to blame here for this. I'm not really sure like what the best course of action is to deal with it, except kind of maybe like run away from most of it. I'd like to keep a couple of them. A couple of them are almost dead. But yeah, I think we caused some problems. We got a couple of them tagged over here. Let's go help kill them. Is the first level 60 going to be this weekend? Yeah, I would say probably. We already have people that are like level 30s. I would definitely say somebody's going to no life it until they hit 60 this weekend. For sure. Like, what do we have online right now? Do we have any 40s online? We have no 40s. Let's check 39. No 39s. We have one level 38. Level 38 Hunter. There's a level 40. I don't see any level 40s when I do /who. I do see a level 38. There probably are 40s though. If there's a level 38, there's probably somebody level 40. So yeah, like those people who are level 40 today, they're gonna be level capped by the end of the weekend. Because they're not sleeping. And their diet consists of Tostino's pizzas and Hot Pockets. And probably like many 2 liters of Mountain Dew. Code red. No, you don't want to wish that on yourself. You don't. That's a case where I can safely say you think you do, but you don't. You don't wish that you were leveling like that. Even if you had the time, like, you don't want to wish that on yourself. That's not what the point of any of what we're doing is. Like, that's just not really, it isn't really what Vanilla's about. Like, it's not necessary, and I worry that it's harmful to the people who do it. Because it can't be, like, physically, mentally, or emotionally good. And it ultimately doesn't really serve a purpose. And it kind of goes against, like, what Classic Era is about, so... It's bad. Maybe account sharing. I try to, like, just assume, like, the best, which in this case is that we're not account sharing to try to, like, get a world first. But yeah, maybe account sharing, sure. Like, they could be playing in shifts. I don't tend to think along those lines, because I myself am not a filthy cheater. But yeah, maybe that's possible. I'm sure there's at least, like, some of that. I understand even less what the point of that would be. Like, I guess just to get the character capped and have it be world first. But then, like, is that really an achievement if you're splitting the work between 3 people? Because wouldn't that be, like, kind of against the spirit of what the achievement entails? So yeah, I don't really get it. As me, that's a really high level though. Like, you're level 26. Like, that's impressive. Like, to me, that's like really high. Like, I'm level 12. I'm level 12, and I've been playing as much as I conceivably can. You know, I've been playing as much as I reasonably can play. Like, typically I wouldn't play in the evening time, but I thought, hey, it's launch week, I should play as much as I can. And so I came back on tonight to play. And I'm level 12. And I feel pretty good about being level 12. But it's really low. There could be medication usage. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. Anything's possible, right? Anything's possible. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the second thing would help much. But like, the first thing I can see how that would help. The second thing, like, I don't really know much about it, but I don't know if it would help very much. Maybe. It seems a little extreme. I think the second one would make it more likely for them to sell their gaming PC for pocket money than anything else happening. Oh, not level 26. Oh, okay. I see. I see. I take it all back. I see a number, I assume we're talking about character levels. It's just how my brain works. Is there no gather wood quest? Yeah. You get a gather wood quest. It's like a level 9 or 10 quest. So like if you're at the logging camp and you don't see the quest, you might not be the right level for it yet. But it's definitely there, yeah. It's there. So when we went out there, we were level like 9 or 10, I think. We were at least level 10. You're level 12, then you should definitely see it. Yeah, it should be like right here. Right in the middle of the camp. Supervisor Raina, something like that. It's like a mahogany-haired human lady. You could have already done it, yes. Now if you've already done the quest and forgotten about it, then there won't be a quest. That's true too. I would say, have you done other quests in that area? Like, are you working on like the prowlers and the bears? If you have other quests in that area, or you've done other quests in the area, then you've probably already done the wood collection quest. Typically you do the wood collection quest while you're killing the prowlers and killing the young bears. And then you'd also have been going after like the dead guards' bodies. Yeah, the hyperspawns add a really dynamic element to gameplay. I think that's the most positive way to say it. They add a dynamic element. It's hard to see. You wish it sparkled. No. Part of the charm of Classic is that nothing sparkles. No one sparkles here. Nothing is a special snowflake, and nobody sparkles. And it's impossible to see things if your ground clutter's too high. If you guys ever have trouble seeing quest items in Classic, turn your ground clutter all the way off. It'll make it a lot easier to see stuff that you need to pick up. It's like a night and day difference. And remember that initially, like when WoW first came out, there wasn't ground clutter. Like, you didn't really have ground clutter the way we have it now. So when the game was designed, it was designed to basically not have it. And now it hides so much. Like, if you want to play like it was back in 2004, I would say, like, pop your ground clutter down to like a 1 or a 2. Like, this is what you'd have been working with back in 2004. And this makes it a lot easier to see, like, basically every quest item and most herbs. You'll find sometimes that I can't find herbs. I can't see them right in front of me. I have to zoom in. And that's because of the ground clutter. So yeah, just turn it off. Like, this is what it looks like when it's basically dialed down all the way down. Most people aesthetically prefer to have it on. But playing like this is what's intended. With that said, I'm probably going to turn it back on. Part of me kind of likes it when it's not on. But I'll turn it back up, because I know most people prefer it. I usually keep it on like a 7 or 8 though. Like, I think that having it on, like, full is too much. To me, it's too much. Part of the reason is because the ground clutter is as tall as a human, basically. If they would shorten the ground clutter by about half the height, it would be a lot more aesthetically pleasing to me than it being so tall that it like is as tall as my character is. Let's pop that back on like an 8. That's reasonable. We never had any bags drop. Not a single bag. Somebody was kind enough to make me some bags and bring them to me earlier today. And that's the only reason that we have 4 bags. Just double checking, still no gold schedule. I started raiding in Wrath of the Lich King. I didn't make it into raids in TBC, unfortunately. I wanted to. I was close. The funny thing is, both times around I was pretty close. But either in original release or classic, I didn't make it into raids in TBC. Both times it was on a warrior, and both times I had gotten like most of my bold set. The bold set was like the dungeon set you'd assemble before going into the raid. And so I got a few pieces of my bold set both times, and it just never happened. In Classic, they announced Wrath of the Lich King, and that killed everybody's motivation to do endgame stuff in TBC. Like, right when I was really, like, starting to do a bunch of heroics every day, they were like, oh yeah, Wrath is coming out! And everyone was like, oh, cool, I guess we won't do heroics in TBC anymore. So that was a bummer. This time it'll be different. That's the glory of the fresh start. Because this time, you can say to yourself, it'll be different. This time, I'll be better. This time, I will get there. This time, I will raid. That's the promise that a fresh start brings. The chance to rewrite your history. To be a winner this time. That's why so many people love the fresh start. It's a tangible way to reinvent yourself in the video game that you love. That's what a fresh start offers. Do I think we'll have another WoW Classic someday from a new developer? No. Do I think we'll have another Classic MMO, or like, do I think we'll have like other Classic style MMOs? Yes. We will have other Classic style MMOs. One of them is coming out in December, and it's called Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. And it's a Classic styled MMORPG. Kind of almost more similar in ways to EverQuest. And that's coming out to early access in December. So yeah, I think like over time, we will see people make like new Classic style MMOs. Because there's obviously a really big audience for MMORPGs that are still like RPGs and that are still like a bit more sandboxy than most of the modern MMOs. Let's help this guy. I feel like this is gonna get us killed. I feel like I probably shouldn't have gotten on his aggro chain, to be fair. If we come back this way, maybe we will not be murdered by all these guys. But the chance of murder is high. Yeah, they're still on us. The chance of... Okay, here we go. We're good, we're good, we're good. We're safe. Well, we were relatively safe. Not so much anymore. Let's pop a potion. We're getting Mr. Pandaria Classic. I mean, yes, we are getting Mr. Pandaria Classic. That's not a classic MMORPG. Like, as far as design philosophy and like how the game is to play, Cataclysm and Beyond are not what I mean when I say a more classic style of MMORPG. Once we're into Cataclysm, we are using like almost purely modern design philosophies. And so Mr. Pandaria Classic is probably going to be a lot of fun. Like, I'm going to play it, but it's not a classic MMORPG. It is very much at that point a modern MMO. And we can basically get rid of the RPG part because most of the RPG aspects and systems at that point have been stripped away. Or have been so streamlined as to not even matter. Diablo Classic? I mean, they did Diablo 2 Remaster and people loved that game and it was fun. So, there's that. Did I like the Warcraft 1 remaster? Not nearly as much as I like the Warcraft 2 remaster. I feel like Warcraft 2 like really refines it. And in Warcraft 2, it became an RTS in the way that I know RTSs. And like I learned RTS from Age of Empires 2. And so Warcraft 2 has like more of the vibe in an RTS that I like. Like Warcraft 1 was okay. And as I said in the videos, it was a good history lesson. It serves as a good history lesson to like what the game used to be and where it came from. And like gameplay wise, Warcraft 2 is much superior. AoE, you say? What's AoE? In Classic, we don't have that. What is this guy? Now look, how is this my mob? Guys, you saw this, right? How was this tagged for me? I don't understand how this possibly could have been tagged for me. I was across the map. I just happened to come this way, and there's a mob with half HP that's somehow my tag. How does that happen? Oh, Age of Empires. AoE, we're playing WoW. In WoW, AoE yeah, means area of effect. Did I play AoE 4? I played AoE 4 for a little bit. I actually played it on this channel. On this very channel, I played Age of Empires 4 for a little bit. It was okay. I guess like at the time, I had not played an RTS for a very long time. And when I picked it up, I don't think I was mentally or intellectually ready for an RTS at that time. I think it's just that there's so many people, the game doesn't know how to handle like so many mobs. Like right now the game is trying to connect like hundreds of mobs to hundreds of players. Like it's trying to balance like all these aggro chains. And the game has to remember all of them. Like on the server side, it has to make all these connections and then hang on to them until the mob dies, and then it has to respawn the mob, then it begins again. So it's probably just having a hard time. Nice, look at that. Very nice. We got it. We did it. Mission accomplished. This was a great victory. This was a great victory. Alright, let's just head back to Goldshire. We can empty our bags, we can turn in the Hogger quest. And I don't know if I want to reset my Hearthstone, or if I just want to leave it in Keranos. How do I take my coffee? Often. Very often. Just with a little bit of milk in it. I don't put any sugar in it or anything. Just a little bit of milk. And I'm not picky about what kind of milk. Just whatever's in the fridge. What time is my coffee curfew? A long time ago, which is why I'm not drinking coffee right now. I made some coffee as I was making dinner. I made coffee. Thankfully, we have a new coffee pot, and I messed up the coffee, and I made it like super weak. I could see right through the coffee, like through the pot, through the coffee to the wall. And so like I didn't make the coffee strong enough because I'm trying to figure out this new coffee pot. And so the positive side effect of that is I don't have coffee right now, which is good because coffee curfew was a long time ago, and I shouldn't have made that pot of coffee anyway.
King's honor.
So now I learned what it takes to like make a proper pot of coffee in the new coffee pot, and I didn't have coffee tonight, which I'm gonna appreciate. I don't appreciate it right now because right now I really want to be drinking coffee, but I'm gonna appreciate it later when I have to sleep. Held an offhand item, agility and spirits. I guess this would be good for a druid? Potentially a druid? I don't think that's going to sell for very much. Just a feeling that I have. But I'll try to sell it anyway. It's beer time. Yeah, it's beer time, but I'm not gonna drink on stream.
Be careful.
I don't think YouTube would like it if I drink on stream. And it's probably not something that I'll do. But if I weren't streaming, it would be beer time, yeah.
For the Alliance.
That's the other good thing about streaming at this time is like instead of drinking a beer, I'm streaming instead. So like that's probably good like overall, you know. I don't want to turn evening streams into another time when I drink a beer. Like there's enough of those times in the evenings already. There's like Monday night football, and there's Thursday night football, and there's Sunday night football, and there's Tuesday night hockey, and there's Friday night hockey. Sometimes there's Wednesday night hockey. There's already like enough reasons, you know.
Go with honor, friend. Light bless you.
Just put it in a brown bag. That's not conspicuous at all. I'm sure that would be just fine. Now, if I was going to drink beer on stream, I would just pour it into like a big coffee mug, and nobody would ever be the wiser. So, I mean, it wouldn't be hard. But let's be honest, I can barely play the game anyway. Like, how often would I forget to grab the flight point if I was also drinking a beer? Like, I would never grab the flight point. We would never get anywhere. Is there a certain age you start liking wine? It tastes horrendous. There's like a bunch of different wines. I think with wine you have to try like every variant of it, and then eventually you'll probably find one that is not terrible. But yeah, there's so many and they all taste very different. I think so. The age that you end up liking wine is just however old you happen to be when you find a wine that you like. But obviously that does not happen for everybody. It's weird that sap breaks stealth. Yeah, I was shocked the first time that I sapped, and I slipped out of stealth, and then the two other mobs punched me in the face. Yeah, that was, I was like, oh. That makes it harder on tanks. It's like, if you want the rogue to sap a target, that's fine, but you're gonna have to be Johnny on the spot getting the aggro off the rogue, because otherwise the rogue is gonna go pop. Yeah, hardcore and drinking beer would not go together. That's like, you're basically setting yourself up to waste your time and kill your liver simultaneously. Yeah, it's like I have less characters and less liver. This is brilliant. That's one of those things. It sounds like a good idea, but it's not. I love that there's so many people on that. Even the road is busy. Even the road has just like tons of people traveling down the road. Like you hardly ever get to see it this busy. I love it. That's fair. Instead of crying about the death, you just laughed about it. That's not a bad point. Yeah, I can see that. Kamikaze, good evening, buddy. Welcome to the stream.
Need help? Be careful.
Alright, if I don't turn this clock back to local time, I'm going to completely lose track of what time it actually is. There we go. Actual time, 7:37. Not 1:30 a.m.
You need something? Farewell. Go with honor, friend.
Okay, before we venture off, I have to bio. I will be right back. Alright, let's go. How do you make it so your character shows the numbers? It's in the interface options. But it might be easier just to go here. Nope. I don't know where it is. It is somewhere in the interface options. This one's not it. This is for like your party members. But where is the one for your character? Oh, here we go. Status text. Numeric values. Yeah, it's in interface under display. Change status text to numeric values. Or you can do numeric and percentage. Or just percentage. Looks like things are a little bit quieter over here. And we should have our pick of any Murloc we want. From what I know about retail rogues, they're also like not in a really good place right now. At least they weren't when The War Within released. Maybe they did a rework, but I don't think a lot of like longtime rogue players were very happy with where the class was at in retail. Basically all of the classes are, or at least they feel more themselves and they feel more unique. and just like easier to comprehend in Classic Era. You can get a stronger sense of like just a core class fantasy. Classic Rogue makes a lot more sense. Yeah, I feel like that can be said of a lot of the Classic Era classes, that they just make more sense. Alright, let's dig right into the village. See what kind of damage we can inflict. Would you look at that? A small red pouch. Our playtime is 9 hours and 23 minutes of playtime to get a small red pouch. At least it looks cooler than the brown pouch. And we will save the brown pouch for the bank. But there we go. That's our first bag drop. Like, basically 10 hours in. Alright, I saw 2 of them. I didn't realize that we were going to get a 3rd one. I think we're going to leash these guys. Yeah, now that we have, like, our full bags, now we'll start getting bags. Luckily, we didn't buy them all. Somebody gifted me two linen bags from tailoring. But we did buy 2. That was 10 silvers that we'll never get back. Yeah, I'm not paying for 8 slot bags. Not off the vendor. I'll look for some on the auction house, but the ones off the vendor are too expensive. Off the vendor, they're like 25 silver. That's way too much. You're assuming that evasion increases dodge chance? Yeah. Yep, chance to dodge increases by 50% for 15 seconds. So, like, basically anytime you're trying to get slapped by 2 mobs, it's a good time to pop evasion if it's off cooldown. You got the old Blanchy bag? Isn't that like a 4-slot bag? I hate when they give you 4-slot bags. It's such a slap in the face. It's like, yeah, like I haven't spent all my money on 6 slot bags already. But thanks for the 4 slot. It's like, that's not even worth saving for the bank. It would be cool if those 4 slot bags, like any bag you get from a quest, you should be able to send it to like an alt. That'd be nice. Oh my dear god. Let's sprint out of here. Oh, we got a few players here now. And of course they're taking all the herbs. Can I turn scraps of leather into leather? You can if you have leatherworking. But you have to have leatherworking. Like, for instance, I don't have leatherworking, I have skinning and herbalism. So I can't do anything with my scraps. But yeah, a leather worker can turn them into regular leather. Yeah, they might sell on the auction house, because leather workers might be like trying to buy them. I should check some of those things next time we're in town. And check the price of light leather, check the price of herbs, check the price of leather scraps. Just to see if any of it is selling for more than the vendor price. So far we've only really looked at gear. Mainly just weapons. I've gotten like 1 million training swords. This one has strength and spirit. 3 silver a stack. That's probably good. If the vendor price is like a silver a stack, then that's pretty good. I don't have a full stack right now, so I can't check. It looks like 7 copper per, so 7 times 20 is 140. So yeah, it looks like the vendor price is probably 1 silver and 40 copper. So if you can sell them on the auction house for 3 silver, that's like 50% profit. Higher than the vendor price. We are out of inventory space, but the good news is we're done with the quest. Would I consider it rude if I'm mining and someone else comes along and also tags the mine? Not really. Because in Classic Era, I believe it's okay to share. Because you can hit it multiple times. So like, I will often walk up to somebody else's and I'll try to hit it like at least one time. And if somebody walks up to mine, I'm more than happy to share.
What can I do for you?
I feel like that's fine.
For the Alliance.
Because you can sometimes get like 4 or 5 hits out of them. But I'm sure there are some people that like really bothers, you know? Yeah, because the first time they tap a node, they can get the skill up, yeah. And so a lot of times it's not even that they necessarily want to take all the ore. What they really want oftentimes is a chance to get the skill up. And I think you're either going to get the skill up the first time you hit the node, or you're not going to get it. So I think a lot of people try to get in there to at least tap it once. Oh yeah, we leveled up at some point. I'm gonna stand here and hope that we can catch a respawn and hope that it goes well. We don't have kick, which I feel like maybe we learn kick at level 12, and I haven't trained it yet. But kick would be very useful here. We're about to go up against a caster too. Like, should I invite this guy to the group? There we go. That's gonna be better. Which professions for a mage? Tailoring is really good. Tailoring and skinning. Some tailoring recipes you need a little bit of leather. Some people like to do tailoring and enchanting. I don't really know like how useful enchanting is in the long run, but some people like to go tailoring and enchanting on a mage. Alright, since it'll be a minute apparently, let's go ahead and spend the talent point. I don't know how we got the tag off. We got dazed. I don't even think our auto attack went off. But somehow we got the tag. I'll take it. There we go. So the only quest that we didn't get We didn't get the Furbrow's deed. The Westfall deed. That begins a quest. We didn't get that item. That item is also a random drop off of the Defias. Like, a lot of times we get that item off of these guys over here, and we didn't get it this time. But that's okay. It's not worth a ton of XP. It's like 200 XP. So, we're going to turn this quest in. We're going to head to Stormwind. We have a couple of things I want to put up on the auction house. And we might be at the level where we can get some new weapons. These weapons are level 5. I'm thinking we could probably find some like level 8, level 10, level 12 weapons. We have 73 silver. We're going to have to spend a little bit of it to train our abilities. But we should be able to find something. I hope we can get some upgrades. I feel like on the rogue it's important to get like upgrades as soon as we can, as early as we can for the weapons. Yeah, the rogue quest gives an okay dagger. But I don't think the dagger is much better than the swords we have. I should do that. You know what? We haven't done that quest yet. Maybe we should do the rogue quest. At least, like, before we go back to Dunmorrow, let's do it.
Well met.
We gotta go to Stormwind for that anyway.
Be careful. Need help? Light bless you.
Let's do some first aid. So to learn heavy linen, we have to get to 40. Let's see. We should be able to get to 40, no problem. And we probably don't want to let this fall too far behind. Boops. Thank you so much for the membership. I really appreciate that. Thanks for being here and for hanging out with us. There we go. And now we have kick. And we get parry, which is awesome. We don't have a lot of silver now, though.
Be careful.
What are the odds there are some level 12 weapons we can afford? We're gonna find out. Just think, on retail at level 10, I'd have a flying mount right now. That's almost gross to even think about. It's almost gross. Okay, here we go. These are reasonably priced. I don't really need strength, but they're more reasonably priced, and the stamina ones are a bit more expensive. Like, I don't benefit from strength at all, do I? I do. Yeah, not as much as agility, though. I think it's worth it just for the DPS increase, honestly. It's just like a lot more DPS. I'm gonna grab 2 of these. And we're just gonna roll with it for now. Oh, these are stamina. Okay, look at that. Look at that. Stamina's better. There are some cheap stamina ones. For some reason, I thought they were all strength. Again, I wasn't looking. There we go. Yeah, I'll take the stamina. I think the stamina is probably a little bit better for us than strength. Yeah, I think it's... Yeah, for leveling, I think it's agi stam, and then like if we have to take strength, we can, but at this point, I'd rather have the HP, you know. There we go. Very cool. And we're going to try to get upgrades like that, like every 5 levels at least. Alright, so let's go back to Old Town. We will do the rogue quest, and after that we'll hearth back to Dunmorrow.
Well met. For the Alliance. Be careful. Light bless you. Go with honor, friend.
This rogue quest is when you learn that sap takes you out of stealth. So I won't be doing that. No sapping for us. To be fair, you probably deserved that one. To be fair. The fact that you had any other expectation tells me that you might not be right thinking. Alright, so all I have to do here is stealth in and pickpocket the goblin, right? I don't have to fight anybody. I don't have to kill him and loot him. I simply have to stealth in and pickpocket him. I could probably kill all these guys though if I wanted to, couldn't I? If I just wanted to murder these guys for good fun, could probably do that. That should be okay. There we go. There we go. Oh, look at that, a chest. It was like hiding right by the outhouse. Why not keep your treasure by the outhouse? Why not? Does he have stealth, or is there a reason why he disappeared? Like, he was here for a second, and then he went into stealth, and then he vanished. So, I don't know. I thought maybe I had got pulled into a different layer, but we're in the same layer because the bodies are still here. So it's not a layer issue. Kinda weird. Kinda weird. Yeah, the green was a copper vest recipe. Okay, he's back. Okay, okay. There we go. I can kill him now, right? I seem to have made a terrible mistake. These guys were not there a minute ago. They just hyper spawned. They were not there when I chose to fight him. There's treasure in the outhouse if I dig deep enough. I'm not gonna fall for that one again, okay? Look at that. Look at that. Okay. But just because I feel like I should just kill all these guys. Just for good measure, you know? Just for good measure. A life of crime does not pay, it turns out.
What can I do for you? See you around.
So this one goes all the way back to Matthias Shaw. Okay. And after that, we're going to go back to Dunmorrow. Because I think we're done here for now. What do you want to tell me?
I want to tell you guys, I'm going to be dissecting a frog
Oh, lovely.
tomorrow.
Dissecting a frog.
It's not a real frog.
I gathered as much.
Yeah, it comes with like tools,
Oh yeah?
and
Nice.
you just like dissect a frog, and it has like all the bones and organs in there and stuff.
That's interesting. Yeah.
And also part of like the skin, it's like juice, like some
It's like
jello.
juice. Oh, gross.
has
Nice.
eyes. And when I do dissect it, I'm gonna.
Is this my spawn? No, this is an intruder.
Thank you.
I don't know. I don't know how he got in here. I've never seen him before.
Thank you, you
Stop
two.
reading my chat. I told you not to read chat.
Guys, I'm gonna be reading chat.
Get out of here.
I'm just gonna let them be aware.
Okay.
And also be doing shout outs.
Is that going to be something you work on tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm really excited to. And when I do, I'm gonna do it in the most brutal way. Ah! Ah!
You're too extra.
I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
I had a little bit of cake.
You had a little bit of cake. That's why you're extra right now?
Yeah, just
Okay. That's fair.
for dessert with coming out with mom.
Yeah. All right. Cool. What's on the agenda for the rest of the night?
Thank you everyone. And
What are you working on for the rest of the night?
I think I'm just gonna play on my Switch a little bit, watch some YouTube, go to bed.
All right. Get to it then.
Yes, I do have a sugar rush.
Skedaddle.
Yep.
Kicking you out of my office.
No, someone. I'm not going out of here until someone posts the laughing emoji.
Go away. You can't hold chat ransom to post the laughing emoji.
Laughing emoji.
I'll carry you out of here.
I don't care. Laughing emoji. Or heck, I'm begging. Any emoji.
Don't do it.
Ha ha ha.
Don't let him manipulate you.
That's my name.
Don't let him control you. Oh my god.
Thank you myself in chat. We have the same name.
All right. You had cake. Yeah, he told me that you had cake.
Yes.
All right.
It will be fun.
Give me a kiss and get out of here.
Yes, thank you, Mom.
There you go. Mom posted a bunch of emojis.
And thank you also, it's something.
Yeah, you can't read very well, can you? Yeah, you just exposed
you.
yourself and your poor reading skills. Get out of here.
No, thank you everyone, including the guy who has my same name.
Love you, buddy.
Thank you.
Be careful. For the Alliance, light bless you.
It's been a while since he's been able to take over the stream. Because we've been playing a lot of hardcore. And when we play hardcore, he's actually like pretty good about not pulling the Kool-Aid Man and busting into my office. Like he definitely Kool-Aid Man'd in here tonight. But he's been pretty good about it. We got a dagger. The dagger is pretty decent. The dagger is pretty decent. Like, I don't even know, like, I don't really plan to use daggers. I don't know if there's, like, a benefit to the dagger over just, like, the straight DPS of the swords. But it's a cool dagger. That being said, we're gonna hearth out of here now. Yeah, his name is James. That's why he's saying, hello to the person with my same name. Hello to the person with my same name. Yeah. Alright. Back to it. Okay, so here we never finished Frostmane Hold, and we still have the stuff out to the east. So we'll head west first, and then we will double back to the east. If we go this way, we might be able to fight some stuff as we go that can actually give kill XP. He is really funny, but once he gets going, he doesn't stop. He also tends to takes like jokes and like he takes things too far. Like he'll carry a gag on like, or he'll do like a little bit, but he'll take it like way too far. He likes to do that. Like the joke or the bit keeps like evolving and growing, and like it just goes on and on and on. But he is funny. He doesn't understand that when it comes to comedy, sometimes less is more. But he'll learn eventually. Yeah, but I have stamina right now. Agility is 2 attack power as opposed to 1 from strength. Right. But right now I have the stamina right now, and like I think I'm cool with the stamina. Maybe I should prioritize attack power, but also like then you got to factor in like the DPS is a little bit less. 9 to 18 as opposed to 11 to 20. 6.7 DPS as opposed to 8.2. I think that whatever the DPS gain is from the attack power, it's probably just breaking even with the decreased overall DPS of the weapon. You know what I mean? It probably just breaks even. Like this dagger is probably not better than the swords. This dagger would have been better than the level 5 swords. That's true. Like if I had been smart and wanted to save a little bit of money, I would have listened to you guys and I would have bought 1 sword, and then I would have done the quest to get this dagger, and I would have replaced one of the older swords with the dagger. That would have been smart. But as it stands right now, I think the swords are better. We could look at the stats. Yeah, let's look at the stats. Okay, so right now melee attack power is 70, power is 76, and damage is 21 to 31. Let's put on the dagger. Ooh. Okay, well, yeah, okay, so damage is less. Melee goes down to 50, damage goes down to 20 to 30. For some reason, power goes from 76 to 78. So power goes up. Everything else goes down. To be fair, it is really close. With the swords, we're 21-31. With the dagger, we're 20-30. So yeah, it's close, but I was right. The swords are better. I had a feeling I was right. I had a feeling. How old is my kid? He's 9 years old. He's 9 years old and he's 5 feet tall, and he wears clothing that's intended for like 13-year-olds because he's a giant. Yeah, I mean, I'm 6'4", so genetically he gets it from me. His mother's not short either, but he's gonna be like 6'7" or 6'8". by the time he's all done. As he plays sports, he swims. He's in swimming. The swimming is how he's probably going to build up his strength and stuff like that. He really enjoys it. He's not like super competitive when it comes to sports. So swimming is good for him. Oftentimes he'll weightlift with me. I need to get him into like a more solid routine though. Yeah, my goal is to make sure he's not 6'8" and incredibly skinny. So far, he's on the right track. So far, he'll end up being like pretty well proportioned if he stays physically active and keeps his diet up. I was when I was young, I was 6'4", but I was only 150 pounds when I was a teenager. So like I was incredibly skinny. And like no one really bothered to like talk to me about it or to try to explain to me like how to put on some healthy weight. And it wasn't until I was 20. I was 21 when I started weightlifting finally. When I realized that like my weight was not healthy, even though I was not overweight. My lack of weight was very unhealthy. And it took me until I was 21 to figure that out because nobody ever talked to me about it. So my goal with him is to make sure he doesn't end up as a really tall, really skinny kid like I was. Because that was not a fun life in middle school and high school. That sucked. Boops, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. That is very generous of you. I really appreciate that. Welcome to the 5 new people. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us tonight as we play some classic Fresh. All right, there we go. That was pretty easy. We got the exploration ping last time, so we're good on the exploration part. And now we can make the run all the way back to town. If we're lucky, we'll find plenty of herbs along the way. Trying to hold back all my yawns. The yawns are a real thing right now. I also hadn't realized until tonight, like, how much my brain really wants to be drinking coffee while I'm playing. I've kind of, like, combined these two things together in my brain. I keep reaching over and, like, all that's there is my water. Maybe next time I'll bring some hot water down. I'll put like some hot water in my coffee mug. And then I'll have like the same feeling of like grabbing my coffee mug, drinking something hot, but it won't be coffee. It'll just be boiled water. Maybe that'll be a way to like appease my brain and like trick it. Lots of herbs out here tonight. Apparently at some point I turned the music volume way down. Let me turn that back up. Why not make tea? It still has caffeine in it. Yeah, I don't want to have caffeine this late at night. I have enough problems sleeping and staying asleep and getting good sleep. Like my sleep already sucks. Even if I drink tea, there's still going to be caffeine in it. I think I'm just going to do hot water. See how that goes. And the only tea I typically drink is like when I do drink tea, I'll drink green tea. And green tea is really the only tea that I ever drink. I'm not a big tea fan. When I'm trying to cut back on coffee, or if I'm like getting over an illness, then I'll drink green tea for a bit. But to be fair, like, drinking no amount of tea, like, scratches the same itch as coffee does. Oh my god! This bear and this cougar just totally teamed up on this little rabbit. They like double teamed the rabbit. I've never seen two mobs go after the same critter at the same time. Absolutely brutal. I'm gonna kill this leopard as well. I feel like they deserve it. They didn't need to double team him like that. They like just ripped him in half. It's brutal. They kill it, I skin it. I feel like if it's gonna be murdered, like its corpse should like do some good. You know? We got justice for it, and that's all that matters. We've come across more dead rabbits in this fresh start than I've come across, like, ever playing the game. Either the mobs are killing all the rabbits, or there's, like, horrible people out there who are killing rabbits and not skinning them. It's kind of unforgivable. If you're gonna kill the rabbit, at least skin it. If you're not gonna skin it, don't kill the critters. Killing the critters is bad luck. Unless you skin them. You kill critters for the achievement. Oh, you can't kill... No, there's no achievements in Classic Era, though. So, in Classic Era, you can't kill the critters. That's cruel. Why is there an achievement? Why is there an achievement for killing critters? What sadistic person put this achievement into the game? That's terrifying. Very worrisome. Wait till I get to Westfall. It's a graveyard of chicken corpses. Oh dear God. Why are they doing this to the poor chickens? As a warlock, you kill everything. So just to RP. Do you drain the souls of the critters? You should go around casting Drain Soul on every critter you come across. Even though you're not going to get a shard. I feel like that'd be like good RP. If you could skin, could you even skin the chickens though? Because you can't skin vultures. I don't know if you can even skin chickens. I think you'd have to pluck them. Drain life. Drain life is a fair enough substitute.
You got my attention. See you soon. Watch your back.
Here there.
Hey, good. How are you?
Watch your back.
Oh yeah, they just can't be skinned. Right, that's what I thought. Yeah, any kind of birds. They should have a KFC recipe. They should have like a chicken nuggets recipe. A chicken nuggets recipe would be welcome. Alright, we're gonna head out to the east, and we're gonna try to do all this stuff over here. I'm gonna try to do the elite quest. Maybe we'll get lucky and somebody else will be nearby, we can team up. If not, with evasion and with a potion, we might be able to kill it by ourselves. We'll find out. You can skin a sheep for wool? Can you? That sounds made up. I mean, it makes perfect sense, I guess. I will point out though that technically, like when you get wool from a sheep, you don't skin it. You use a pair of shears. And I'll point out that shearing is very different than skinning. So like it kind of makes sense, but it kind of doesn't do it. You just want me to kill a critter. I don't like killing critters. Guys, we have an imminent server shutdown. I don't know. This is a dire warning. Server shutdown in 15 minutes. What time is it in the EU? It's 2:44 in the morning. Oh, okay. So they're trying to get a little maintenance in. They're trying to get in a little maintenance. Oh no. See, I don't play at night a lot. And so, like, if this is when they try to do maintenance, like, that's okay. To be fair to you guys, I was probably going to call it a night at 9 o'clock anyway. So it kind of works out perfectly for me, because now I don't have to decide if I want to play more. You know, I don't have to like decide. I don't have a choice now. So part of it kind of works out. Time to re-roll on NA. Yeah. So like that's fine. This works fine with me. But I kind of hope this is not like a common thing. You know, like, because I don't know how often I'll play in the evening. But at least while things are like new and we're like leveling, I want to play as much as I can. And so some of those streams will be evening streams. And there might not be many times when I go past 9 o'clock, but like having the option to do so would be nice. But I guess for the server time, it's a good time to do it. It's an hour-long maintenance, yeah. That makes sense, and it's a good time to do it server-wise, you know? If I were a person that played late into the night, it wouldn't work for me. But then again, if I was a person that played late into the night, I'd be playing on North America realms, you know? So for me, this works out. That's very rude, very, very rude. Why can't I have coffee? Because of self-control. And Kamikaze, you might be a little bit in the past. I feel like you might be. Maybe you'll see this and you'll have realized you might be a little bit in the past. Sometimes people get stuck in a time warp where they're like they're not quite live in the stream. They're close to live, but they're like a few minutes behind. We usually get like 1 or 2 people per stream that are stuck in a time warp. And I think tonight Kamikaze is that person. Maybe not. Maybe he's not. Are you with us? It just seemed like a callback to a conversation we had a little while ago. So that's why I just kind of thought you were in the past. Usually we get at least one person who gets trapped in the past. In this case, my instincts were wrong. I wish I was in the past. Far, far, far in the past. I like how it's nighttime here, but the sky is like unusually bright. You ever have like those winter nights that like you walk outside and because of the snow, like it's almost like a cloudy day and not the middle of the night? In Michigan we get nights like this sometimes, where like it's the middle of the night, but it's like actually kind of bright. I really dig being able to see the nighttime skyboxes and stuff. Very cool. Alright, we have 10 minutes. We can probably do this quest. But then I think I want to get myself back to the inn. I don't want to get logged out. Oh, you know what? Maybe we can make the run to Loch Modan and grab the flight point. We might not have enough time. Maybe we do. We'll see how much time we have left after we kill this guy. Like, maybe we can make the run to Loch Modan, but I'd want to make sure we can get all the way to the inn. And I don't know if like 8 minutes is going to be enough time for us to get there. We could be using sprint. Yeah, using sprint on cooldown in this situation would help out a lot. Absolutely. Sadly, this dude is already in a group. Very, very sad. Oh, there we go. All right, let's get him. Oh, that's a bummer. There we go. Perfect. That worked out marvelously. Okay, I think like maybe we can make the run. There's not really a good reason for me to make the run right now, to be honest. We're still gonna have to eventually do all the stuff on the eastern side of the zone anyway. So there's not really a good reason for it. What is this?
Be good.
This is not as good as the one we have on. Okay. There's a whole bunch of people in the Westfall Inn bunched together like something terrible is happening. It is. The server is coming to an end. It's like an apocalypse event. Everyone's huddling together for warmth. The people who have been poop socking it are probably very upset right now. You know what I mean? Like the people who are desperately trying to get the 60 this weekend. The level 30s. Like, who do we got? Do we got like any level 35s on? No level 35s. Like, all those people are probably really upset about the maintenance. Maybe we can get to Ironforge. That would be okay. Going to Ironforge would probably be better for me. There's not really anything I need to do back in Keranos right now. And I do have some things to put on the auction house. Server shut down in 7 minutes. It looks like it's gonna happen, like, basically right at the top of the hour. There's a level 34 on your server, that's the highest level, and his name is Super Loser. That's kind of sad. I don't even know, like, is that even... I don't even know if I can laugh, that's kind of sad. Man. He needs to talk to somebody, you know, like, he needs someone to talk to. That's a bad way to self-describe. I get that it's like it's like trying to be ironic, but it's like it's so not ironic that it's like actually sad. I'm kind of worried about that guy. Kind of worried about him. He might have another tune named Mediocre Loser. He should have went with something cool like Basement Dweller. You know? Let's see if we can put our stuff on the auction house before the server goes offline. Let's check for, like, similar items. And just see if there's anything. Oh my gosh. Yeah, people are selling it for really, really cheap. Like, here's the thing. It vendors for 3 silver already, so, like, if it vendors for 3 silver... Is it really worth even selling it? I don't know. I'm gonna put some stuff in the bank. I'm gonna hold on to some of these greens until, like, maybe a few weeks from now, maybe a few months from now. I'm gonna hold on to these greens until people have gold. And then when people have gold and I think people are rolling alts, then we'll sell these greens. Because I think we could, these are decent greens. In an economy that's a little bit bigger, we can get like 15, 20 silver for these. And I feel like it's going to be worth it to just hold on to them for now and wait. So yeah, for that stuff, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hold on to the greens. And we'll sell them later. And then I think for like leather and stuff, we're probably fine just to keep vendoring it for now. We could stockpile that too, but I kind of need the spending cash, so for now I'm gonna keep vendoring it. I have a bag. I can put the bag in the bank for now, and that should be good.
What's on your mind?
I should go ahead and I'm gonna spend the 10 silver now to open this up. And I'll just put the bag right into it. There we go. That works. No bank alt. Not right now though. I'm gonna just keep everything on this character. Every time I have a bank alt, I swear I just mail stuff to the bank alt, guys, and I never get on the bank alt. I never log the, and then like the mail sits there for 28 days and then it disappears. Like I'm very bad about like the bank alt situation. So I think it's better for me just to keep everything here on this main character. Because that way I don't lose stuff. You know? If I thought I would be better at it, I'd make the bank alt, but I've failed at it. Every time I've had a bank alt, I've failed at it, so... I'm just gonna adapt to my weaknesses and not worry about it right now.
Great to meet you.
Yeah, it makes things easier, but it doesn't make things easier when the result is that I let it sit in the bank so long that I lose it. And that's like what has basically always happened with me. I mail it off and I forget about it. I never think about it again. And so in that sense, it's not good. I am pretty close to Ontario. I'm like a 2-hour drive from Ontario. I'd have to get down to Detroit, then I have to cross through the bridge or go under the tunnel, and then yeah, it'd be like 2 hours I could get there. I used to go into Canada all the time when I was younger because like the legal drinking age in Canada was 19, the legal drinking age in the US was 21, so we'd go across the border to go to the casinos and have a couple drinks. Back in the day. Back when I was but a wee lad. Am I in Michigan? Yeah, I live in Michigan. Unfortunately, right now I do, at least. Oh, gosh. Guys, it's been a fun night. I'm very happy that I was able to get on here and play some more. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I appreciate all the support. I'm going to be back on tomorrow. I don't really know what time tomorrow. It could be early. It could be later. Depending on what my day is like. Near Detroit, but not in Detroit. That's about like all I can narrow it down. I'm in the burbs. Yeah, thanks so much, guys. Really appreciate it. Take care of yourselves out there. Take care of each other. And we will see you back in Azeroth again very soon. Bye for now.